Then people would think this and be like, oh my god, it's me.
Good morning.
Bro.
I hear that.
But we're back again. Back again.
Yeah.
Back again.
Back again. Episode 14.
Favourite
Back
one.
again.
Yeah, we love it. I mean, I was going to wait to introduce you guys, but you may as well go ahead and say who you are.
We've got some
Who's
special
got it
guests
today?
on the pod today. Can you
Some
introduce
special
yourselves?
guests.
We are the Babyface Pod. So I go by the name of Ronke.
I'm Layla.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And together they're known as
The twins.
the twins.
Yeah.
Thank
Tell
you
them
very
again.
much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
You're in sync.
Listen,
Thanks for having us.
You know what it means? We need to start clipping because it's like poetry.
do you know what it was?
Poetry.
When I came here in the Uber and I said hello, I can't remember what you guys said, but it was like literally in sync.
Was it?
It's in sync, and I
I
said,
remember because I looked at you sideways like we're gonna sound like.
like,
Yeah.
literally, like, I was just thinking.
Yeah, but
my
are
days.
you guys best friends?
Yeah.
How long have you been? Yeah.
Good question. Ronke.
That's the line.
No, she wants to throw me under the bus. But we went to the same secondary school, so year 7. But I wouldn't say we became friends properly until like year 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So from then till now,
It's a long time.
Yeah. Link up.
long
it's been a
time.
journey.
Up and down.
We love it, man. We love good long friendships.
When did you start the Babyface pod?
This year.
Yeah, this year.
In June.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wicked.
What made you want to start it? Like?
So
The money.
me and Layla have all these crazy ideas, and I think this was just one of them that we've thrown out. And then 2 weeks later, Lila came back to me with, not a name. She came back to me with like logo ideas, like topics and stuff. She was like, "Yeah, we're doing this," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
So you got strung along.
Yeah. This is our
Yeah.
friendship though. So
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, I want to do something. She's like, okay. Give me 2 weeks. I'll come back with the logo. I'll come up with the
Yeah.
tickets, book the hotel, everything. It's done. So when we started the pod, it was she came up with the name actually.
Yeah.
And then just went off from there. I spoke to my friend, asked him to make the logo, and we're like, well, we have the logo.
So why not?
Might as well.
Yeah. No,
That was
that's
it.
wicked, man.
That's actually wicked.
So, yeah.
No, it's
Really
literally like
fun.
no procrastination. Just
Yeah.
no,
So
it's
I've noticed as well that so you guys shout out Anchor FM
Yeah.
every episode. So how do you is that what you use to
Yeah.
make your things? Okay. So you just get together and just literally
Yeah,
do your
just
thing.
do it. It's like really easy. So yeah, that's how we
Couple
do it.
ads.
That's it.
Monetizing.
Yeah. You know how long it took to realise we could like monetize the episode? So we knew we could, but then basically because Anchor is an American, it's an American platform. They need an American bank account. I was like, well, shit, I don't have an American bank account. How do I do that? And I have
That's
to go.
interesting.
You have to get like this whole weird
Cash out.
account. Right. I don't even know. I still don't know how I did it, but I done it, and I was like, oh, okay, you make money now.
Again, it gave her like 2 weeks, and she was like, "I done it. That's finished."
Yeah.
It's important though because like monetizing
fraud
things,
stuff.
especially like our businesses at the moment,
Yeah,
past
exactly.
everything else, it's so easy to do. But
Oh man,
It's nice, it's fun.
Yeah. So
What about you guys?
what's that?
Like you started this year, isn't it?
yeah, so we started in February.
Yeah.
We started in February this year. We done
That's how you know
how
this-
many episodes? We
That's
done
how you know
like
this year's been long, fam.
yeah, because we done about 3-4 episodes and then it went into lockdown.
Yeah.
And then we didn't record over the lockdown at all, which was a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But you know that's why we're back again.
And
Back
then we picked it up
Back
again
in the
about
stew.
around September.
With the Raven crew. Yeah.
I know.
Sorry, can you guys do me a favor?
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
there's someone that like, there's one of you guys that has a name, and you do like the song thing with the name.
Yeah.
Please, it's like something like I think
something?
it's Dylan
Dan, is it
Dan.
me?
Yeah.
Did you want me to do?
Yeah, like do the whole intro thing of your name. I find it so entertaining.
Really? I can't even remember. Okay, can I do it at the end?
Yeah, sure.
Special request there.
Special request. We love that.
We love it. So,
But yeah, let's dive into it.
yeah, let's
So,
dive into actually
right.
episode
Boom.
14. Go
Straight in the deep end.
straight in.
No
it.
flops.
Go on it. I mean, the first topic's a bit. The first topic is a bit diving in the deep end. If you
It
catch
is
my
a-
flow. But
Should we go to the padlock tumbling pool, like the baby pool first.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't be shook.
Sometimes
Come on.
you got to dip a toe in, okay? See how
Test
cold
the
it
waters.
is.
Sometimes you just got to jump in.
Sure, why not?
I mean, we got all the way to East Croydon.
So we can conquer anything now.
Yeah.
This is it.
Can we, no, guys, can we have a round of applause, please?
Round
Round
of
of
applause.
You know what?
Where they come from? Hertfordshire.
That's the Hertfordshire.
Stratford.
Chester.
Why?
Hey.
Did you guys come to South a lot?
No.
Have you ever been to South?
All right.
Sorry.
Bit of him, bruv.
Did you see the bin?
It's despicable.
Come like them teachers in school and they get angry and their face starts shaking.
Will you pack it in? I wouldn't go there. Brixton? No.
Absolutely not.
What do you mean? No.
Oh,
Peckham Rye.
Peckham Rye. That's the furthest we've been.
No,
Oh,
that's
really?
where you've been.
Oh,
You lot brought up.
Oh,
I don't know.
What'd you go pick a rap for?
For another podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Shout them out.
Different.
So you're just
Shout
out here
out,
doing podcasts and that.
Yeah.
Not here. Podcast with friends now.
Yeah, breaking up game.
Okay.
But go on,
Yeah,
Sean. You
yeah.
might as well just dive into the.
What, dive into it? Alright,
Yeah, man, go
Dive
into it, bro.
into it.
What are you doing the headphones? What are you
I'm
doing with the
not
headphones?
talking
So,
to this guy,
so that I can hear you lot, innit? Because like,
Oh, is
seems
it?
like
You couldn't hear us before.
Okay. What new headphones use this? Okay.
So hold on, are you telling me that when the
I'm not
podcast
telling
comes
you
out?
anything. I'm just
No, hold
asking
on,
why you got
hold on.
headphones on.
Alright,
Is
so
everyone-
You don't want to let me tell him
And
something.
in round
Or
one.
did I ask him?
We have.
This is what always happens. And then you know what I got to do? I got to
We
edit
have
it.
Sean. Also known
you know
as
what?
Shoes.
The reason
Coming in
why I got
back.
the headphones on is because Dan likes to cut people off in it. So that when he starts talking or whatever, I just gotta make sure.
That was
I just gotta make
From
sure that it's all clear.
This is what we're
innit?
doing in front of guests.
I'll just
The radio
What kind of friend is he? Would you ever do that to Layla? Would you ever do that?
It's the
Would you
Ray
ever do that to Ronke?
But didn't she throw me on the bus
I
just
genuinely
now?
do that, like genuinely every day.
Is it?
Right.
Yeah, that's
Just
how
like
it
that.
works.
So
Sorry,
are you the Sean out of the group? Is she like she just
I
throws
don't just
people
chuck
under the
her
bus?
under the bus.
But if it has to be one of us, she will.
I will chuck her under
Really?
the
Does
bus.
to be every day.
That's why he's the champ.
289. Silly.
That double decker.
you lot.
So how happy are you lot disclosing your personal situations, I guess, with relationships and things like that? Huh?
I don't
You good?
mind.
You good?
Yeah,
I actually don't mind.
Okay, you good?
Yeah, sure.
calm. So first topic.
I need to sit for this.
I need like a shot.
Both reach for their drink at the same time.
Cheers to
My
to I
goodness.
hear that Babyface Pod.
Yes. So I hear that.
to a
and
start.
Babyface
Many
Pod.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for having
Snap.
us, honestly.
Thank you.
Come on. Def Jam poetry. Let's go.
I heard that.
So guys, what does body count mean to you?
Trying to take it away.
I don't know. It's how many people you've slept with, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
Do you think that has?
are you affected?
Yeah. Do you think that matters?
it matters after you tell me. So if you don't tell me, then we're fine. But if you tell me,
Would you ask?
would I ask?
A partner?
No.
You
I
wouldn't
don't feel like
ask?
that's like my business. Who you sleep with, who you sleep
Yeah.
with.
Seriously. So if you got with someone that obviously you're into and things are looking to go down that road of potentially being together, whatever, you wouldn't have no sort of interest in knowing how many who.
I feel like the only time you should tell me who you've slept with is if we're in the same room. Other than that, I don't feel like I should know that much. Or if you want
That's
to,
interesting,
but then if
yeah.
you want to share your past relationships and people that you have slept with, then that's on you. But I wouldn't just, hi, what's your body count? That's not me. Like, that's not me at all. Because when someone asks me, I'm like, you're too familiar. Like if you have to
Yeah.
ask me, then you don't know me.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's
Really?
interesting.
If he has to ask, she doesn't know you.
Yeah, because I'm when I start speaking to someone, I feel like we're at an age where people feel like they have to learn everything on the first day. That's not real.
I like her.
I'm like,
Talking, spitting lyrics.
but if like
This nigga spit.
it takes time for you to open up to people, and one of the things I will eventually tell you is you even know, like when I start telling stories, you'll be like, oh, there's one. Oh, there's another one, and you can get the number for yourself. But for you to be like, oh, what's your body count? I'm like,
But
You're
sometimes,
boring.
sometimes, man, like people may not catch on to little hints here and there in conversations. You know what I'm
And
saying?
they
So,
don't need to.
Would you find it
Yeah.
offensive?
Huh?
if
Like,
someone
is-
asks me,
Yeah, if someone asked you, would you be like,
is it any of your business?
would it
Like,
be a red flag to you?
no, I'd be like, I'm just not gonna. I just know I'm not gonna speak to you for a very long time.
Get put in the waiting
That's
list.
it. Yeah.
Okay,
That's the roster.
what if it's somebody that you've been talking to for a while
Yeah.
and you really like this person,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden one day he just asks you, "What's your body count?"
Well-
Just in general conversation.
In general conversation.
Yeah.
Well, knowing me, I would have already felt comfortable to tell them in the first place.
Okay.
'Cause if I'm speaking to someone that I actually like, then more time I've already spoken. I've already said a lot of things, and so by the time you ask me, you're already curious. So I'll tell you. Curious? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh yes. So I'll tell you that I feel no way about saying it.
Okay.
Fair enough. What about you? Can I call you Ronnie?
Absolutely not. Sorry.
That is despicable.
Sorry, no. You can call me Ron. You can call me wrong.
Can I call you Ronaldo?
Anything but Ronnie. I'll let anything slide but Ronnie. Yeah.
Cool. Do you know what? I'll call you Ronks. So
Yeah.
Ronks. So what about you?
Absolutely not.
Sorry.
Absolutely. He was onto something there, isn't it?
But pretty much the same as Layla, other than yeah, I don't want to know, and I don't think even if you want to tell me, if you know me well enough, you know not to tell me.
Can I ask a question? Why don't you want to know?
Because if I'm being like completely honest, I can't handle it.
Yeah. No, fair.
Any number
Real.
you tell me is like, it's not even too much in like I'm judging you, because you are well within your right to do what you want before you met me.
Yeah.
But it's just I just can't handle it. My mind will go into a spiral. I
can't help
I
it.
can't. Yeah, I can't. So like
Yeah.
he'll do things and I'll be like, you did the same thing with number 8. I don't think I can handle it.
goodness me.
So I'm okay with it, like with me being called immature, like insecure, whatever you want to label it, it's fine. I know in my heart of hearts I can't handle it, so I wouldn't ask. I wouldn't even set the scene for you to be like, my body count is XYZ. I wouldn't even set that type of scene, or that type of like space. I wouldn't even do that. But like Layla said, I think I would just pick it up on like the stories you tell.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm more than fine with like someone asking me. I think if you ask me straight up, I'll be like, oh, you're taking the fun out of it. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I'd like fully disclose it.
Probe me a little bit.
Like, poke me.
Like this went straight for the jugular.
We can't just take time. Let's dance around it a little bit. But,
Tango.
I wouldn't even hesitate. I don't mind sharing mine. I just don't want to know
Yeah.
body count at all.
So one question. So have you ever lied about your body count?
No.
You started with
No.
me for the
Hey, she's not sure. No. Are you sure?
Final
No, you're wrong.
answer.
You sure?
My final answer.
No,
sure?
the reason
No,
why
I
I
haven't. I
asked.
think
Call a
to be
friend.
honest, I haven't.
Gonna call a friend 50-50.
Have you, Layla?
You hear that one?
You know what? When it's a stranger, it's one. Full stop.
Swear. But then we
One.
know that you're
Why'd you-
chatting shit.
No, but
Yeah,
why'd
but
you
how
lie?
I know?
Why'd you lie about?
Because one
if
is-
you don't
one
mind
is a little
sharing
bit
it in the long
skeptical.
run, why'd you lie about it when someone asked straight away?
You know, I feel like
It's
when
not-
it's a stranger, and you're just like, oh, what's one? To you, it's one because I don't know you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Genuinely, I thought.
You might as well say you're a virgin then.
Yeah.
Well, you might
And then when he says that, I'm like, I'm that too.
might-
I'm whatever you want me to be. Whatever you want me to be, I'm that. That's me.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
Might as well just say mind your business.
Yeah, you know
Oh,
what
yeah,
I mean.
that's
Might as
true.
well just
No,
keep
but
it.
then sometimes they don't even want that. And my thing is, if
Not about what they want, though,
but
is
then
it?
you could tell me anything.
Yeah.
Like you
true.
could actually tell me, I don't know it's the truth. So likewise,
Yeah.
because when girls say 3, people are saying, oh, times it by 2.
Yeah,
I
but
do
do you
that
know what it is?
mathematician.
Do you know what it is though? Like, if I was to ask you and then you told me a number, I'm gonna remember that number. So then, if if we come across, like, say you come across pairs with some exes or whatever, and I'm like, alright, that's one. That's
Some
number
exes
2.
you don't sleep with.
Huh?
Some exes you don't sleep with.
What?
Like some people you
Alright,
don't
but
sleep
what I'm
with.
saying is that your numbers, we will know whether your tally has added up or not. So whether you're telling us 1 or whatever, alright, we're gonna be like, alright, cool. Or me specifically, I'm gonna be like, alright, cool. You told me 1, so therefore the max like number of stories I should hear is just 1. Do you know what I mean? So if I start to hear 1, 2, 3, 4, now I'm thinking, alright, so something's not adding up. So obviously you're lying. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that
True. You got to stick to it.
yeah.
Be
Okay.
smart about it.
I'll tell you one story then.
Yeah, you're just changing that.
I'll tell you one.
Go on, get my juice.
Oh, me? I have a story.
Oh, I thought you.
I thought you was about to go into a story.
I was all excited. Yeah, I was thinking it was a story. I was getting excited, bruv. I'm backing down my juice like it's apple juice.
oh,
Alright.
is it?
So is there a number that would put you off? Like, is there a number a guy could tell you that would really just be like, you know what?
Done this. I'm done.
You're from
done
the
at it.
slums.
Yeah, you're from
South
the
London.
streets. You're from Peckham.
Remember at the start when I said I'm immature and I can't handle it? That's
Yeah.
just going to be my answer. I don't think there's any number. It's just don't tell me.
So if a man told you too, you telling me what?
You,
Like, oh
you're
my
just gonna
god.
think about them
No,
too, innit?
it wouldn't. Yeah, it's not like, oh my god, I'm disgusted. It's just I'm now going to think about them too. I'm not even disgusted.
Serious?
Like, yeah, I
Can I ask you a
couldn't.
question? Where does that stem from?
I don't know.
This guy.
Nah, I'm trying to understand.
I love it. No,
You know
that's
what?
a
Because
great-
you're
that's a good
willing,
question.
you're
That's a-
willing to accept.
brilliant question.
Call me insecure in that, but most
Yeah,
people
yeah.
don't want to be labelled as insecure.
I don't mind.
Because I don't
But
think that's
why
it.
would you say you're insecure?
All right, go on.
No, because you know, like when you disagree, like with the majority, people like to call you names. Like they like to label you as something.
Yeah.
So and the main thing is always. The main thing is always insecurity. That's what they'll just slap you with.
Yeah.
So I'll just take that on the chin. Like,
It's
if you
almost
wanna-
like you're
Okay.
taking on that label
before
anyone can even
yeah,
give
because
you
you know,
a
like
label.
before you say it, they're like, "You're insecure." Then, like, it's a conversation stopper. No, I'm still gonna continue because it's fine. You can.
Do you think that's something that a lot of women have to deal with? Like
What,
in
like
general,
being called
like
insecure?
being called insecure because they don't want to accept your body count as a man.
1000%. But I think men do as well. Not with body count, though, but with other things. Like they get it as well. But I think for women, ours is body counts. That's when
Yeah.
we're labelled insecure. But men get their own stick as well.
I think men
So-
are quite subtle with it, to be honest, because if someone told me that their body count is X, like I'd be like, I'll be honest. If
what's
someone
X
told me
though?
their, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
What's X?
So it changed as I got older. So as I got older, I understood that, you know what, you come across people and sometimes you think something's going some way and it doesn't sometimes. But like at first, before like under 10, I was like, yeah, it has to be under 10.
Yeah.
And then now I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Is what it
it
is.
kind of
Like,
is.
we
It kind of
all
is what it
live
is. If
life.
it's over
Do you know
10,
what, though?
I mean, if it's under 10, it's
guys
great.
I think guys are wired differently, though.
Yeah.
You are.
Because some guys, I mean, growing up when I was younger, it's like if a guy heard a girl's body count, automatically back in the day, it should be labelled as like a junge. Or a hoe. or
What's
whatever.
a junge?
Junge.
A junge is like
A skit.
Old
Like-
school words, like a skit.
yeah.
Yeah,
A biz-
it's
like a
old school,
bizzle.
innit?
Yeah.
But
Junge.
But
Ain't
then
you
there's-
heard
Heard
before?
Bizzle Evil.
No.
Swear
Mine
on.
is Southward.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But
they
then-
got
but then-
Glem up there.
Hella shade from Layla right now. Hella shade. That's all right. Stay over there in Stratford. It's fine. Yeah.
Westfield and that.
they try to build Westwood to cover that brat down.
Anyways, at least we tried to build something. What did you guys try to build? Anyway,
You see what's building? They're building Westwood. What are you talking
Yeah, you got Westfield coming.
It's gonna be the biggest one in London.
Yeah, you're not going to be done here. Forget Westfield in
Absolutely
Stratford, bruv.
there's nothing that
This is
can
the
draw
first
me
time I've
here.
seen Box Park.
Oh man.
But you live in Stratford. There
Yeah,
you
I
go,
saw
Shoreditch.
I saw Shoreditch, but I didn't know there was one in East Croydon. I was like, oh look,
Yeah.
landmark.
A question: would you guys ask a girl their body count?
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
I have, yeah.
I
Yeah.
have, but it wasn't straight off the jugular. It was like, you know, when you're talking to someone, and you have
What's your body
different,
count?
different, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, no,
No, but
do
you
you
have
know what,
different
yeah?
conversations, and then it just
Yeah.
comes up because
Yeah.
usually what happens is they ask me first,
Oh.
and then I'll just ask them back.
Okay.
I've not really been one to be like,
What's your body count?
because like going back to what I was saying, like if a girl was slept with bare guys and that,
Yeah.
the guys are more willing to go for that girl because she's easier. So there wasn't a fear of she slept with so many men. It's like, what? So what? You had some?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna try.
Once I
You
get
know,
on my
yeah.
way.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, see with me, like I will ask, I will ask a girl's body count if I'm into you. If
Okay.
I'm feeling you on that level, I will ask you. If I don't care, if I'm just seeing it as a quick little whatever, I'm not asking you.
Yeah.
What makes you
Yeah.
ask?
Yeah.
Is it because you
Because
you
in my
wouldn't-
head, like I'm trying to do like calculations. I'm trying to find out like,
Yeah,
bro,
I need
like,
to know.
I
if
think
you
in
qualify
everyone's
for
head,
Champions
it's the
League.
same
with.
as Ronke,
I
fam.
have a
Sometimes we
question.
can't handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having
Not a
said
lot
that,
of people are good to admit that though.
yeah.
Yeah,
But having
'cause
said that, as
my-
I've got
my, like,
older,
Sorry, my
No, go ahead.
my mantra in life is I don't answer questions I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like that.
Yeah, no,
The
that makes
questions
sense.
I ask intentional questions. So and that's with everything, not just with relationships, but since we're on relationship, I defo don't ask questions I don't want to know.
So is that almost like ignorance is bliss kind of?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
The
to
thing
live
is,
in
I-
my rose-coloured glasses or whatever the saying is.
I
That's
fully
me.
understand that though. I fully
Okay, I
understand
hear
that,
you.
but
I hear
like
you.
with me, I will be like, I don't want to ask you because I don't want to disclose mine.
See?
Do you know what I mean? Like I'd rather just not disclose mine. Innit? I don't ask you. I don't want to ask you because I don't. And Because
What,
I
do,
know,
you have, do you have shame in disclosing yours?
not shame, but it's kind of like,
Do you know what
I just don't know the number.
I just say I don't remember.
I'm with you still. I don't know the number mine either, bro. That's
That is worse.
don't
Saying you don't remember is
Let's
worse because
round
then
up.
you were reckless and irresponsible, and there's just so many things. And now
No,
you
don't
can't
say
even
that.
tell
You're
me.
contradicting yourself
No. I know. But that's what I'm saying. I
Hold
just
on, let
rather
her
you
speak,
just say
'cause I'm
I
ready.
don't know. Like just no. I'd rather you say I'm not telling you. Sorry, or like just don't tell me.
It's the
I
same
can't,
thing,
No,
though.
I can't hear. I don't remember. You don't remember.
No, but I don't.
What are
Yeah,
you
but I
doing?
don't know though.
That means he's not counting. That
the
means
thing-
he's less of a
That's
sleazebag.
No, because as I said,
not
if I
ticky,
told
sharing
you-
energy.
if I then told you 10, and in
putting
lifetime,
feelings.
obviously, like we've got to know each other and everything like that, and then you've encountered, say, maybe 11 girls that that I might have had a thing with, you're gonna think that okay,
I've
well,
had that before, you know.
yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say 10 if I don't know if it's 10. You know what I mean?
I have a question. Do you know when you ask a girl their body count and they say a number that you didn't expect, does that diminish off of their, like, do they lose a star?
All right, yeah. Okay, so
know?
it's
go
kind
ahead,
of like
Chris.
it's like
I'll talk after. Go on.
yeah, it's like when you're feeling a girl and then she lets you know her body count and it was higher than you expected it to be. It's kind of like little chinks of their armor are coming off. you're like, no, don't tell me that. That's why some people lie though. That's why some people
Do
lie.
you know
Sorry,
what? As
go
I've got
on.
older,
Yeah.
like back in the day when I was younger, I was very much on this thing of like, yeah, no, my girl can't have more than X, Y, Z or blah, blah. But as I've got older,
Now you're in your 30s.
you're a whole idiot.
You need to behave yourself.
I'm a big 28, bro. I've got 2 years left, big man. Please don't.
Tell him again.
You know what I'm saying?
You won't be laughing when he gets there as well.
No, but he's soon there, so let him just
Alright, I've got time.
creeping up on you.
So
bro.
so it wouldn't bother you as you gotten older.
As I've
it
gotten
wouldn't bother
older,
you.
like it's a thing of like you take things how they are. People obviously have experiences. People do things like we're young, we're wild, we're free. So it was like as I've got older, I'm like, do you know what? I've been there, you've been there. We've been around. We've done whatever we had to
You're
do.
not talking to me. Fam.
Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about like for those who have like a higher body count in it. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't really. Before I would hold that against you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
now it's like it is what it is. Like it's life, innit? Shit happens. We do stuff. We get around. Like
Do you know what?
That's what it is.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? Like, if I was to ask someone what their body count is, and I'm interested in them,
Yeah.
and it wasn't a number that I wanted to hear,
Saying done
it's
it.
kind of no, not even that. But I think, all right, cool. It's almost like that's strike one, but like. No, that's strike one. But I can get over that because then I'll look at, okay, you carry yourself like someone who's got 40 man on your roster. You know what I mean? Like,
Aye, some of them are MI6, you know. They're
you know
literally,
what, yeah.
they got 20, 30.
that's what.
100
That's what I'm
under
It
saying.
their belt.
depends on how much you
And
like
then
the girl.
hiding
you
it.
know.
Yeah, but like if a girl carries on like say her roster is wham, then yeah, she's got
Yeah,
to
then
go.
that's off put. What are you doing? If you
Yeah.
like the guy, you can't be carrying yourself like that.
Yeah,
for
but
me,
even do you know how many times I've heard that like girls that say they're virgins, but they just move like them, they move hella loose.
sometimes
you know
it's
what I mean?
curiosity as well, you know.
Yeah, but like, do you know what I mean?
You'd be
So
surprised. Some of them are. Some of them are the worst.
I've actually got a question. Question.
Ooh.
Oh, why did you have one?
Yeah, just
Go
a
on,
quick-
go for
just
it.
a quick
Go
one.
for it.
No, no,
Go for
listen.
it.
Talk your shit, bro.
This is your
I just want to
time.
ask just a quick question. Why don't men, but specifically, like, obviously you guys can answer the question, obviously, but why don't men remember the specifics? We're going to go with that.
Specific.
Do you know what?
Yeah. I'll say-
Like,
answer.
you
Yeah, go
guys-
ahead, go
you
ahead,
have
go
to say 20-ish or 20 plus.
For me, yeah, and this gonna every man's answer is gonna be different because I know guys that they know the name, the time, the place. Me, when I was
it a full moon,
doing
half
whatever, I didn't care. No, but like if you're a young age and you're not looking for a relationship,
I
you're
would
just
spud you if I could, fam.
yeah. Like, I just didn't care, innit? So if I was to ask a girl her body count and that, and she told me, oh, it's a specific number, depending on how much I liked her, would determine how I thought of her. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
If I really liked her and it was a high number, I'd be like, what? Okay, and then I'd have to have that conversation like, so what's the situation with some of these guys? Because sometimes people don't cut off
Yeah.
their people, and if they didn't cut off their people, then it's an issue. But if they
Yeah.
have, it's different. Yeah, go for it.
But then, wait, because the question is, who are the girls sleeping with? Guys. And basically, I find it hard to like comprehend when guys are surprised because the same way you are sleeping with lots of girls, who are the girls sleeping with?
No, you're
guys.
right. But you see, but I just said that if they said a particular number, you don't know what number I'm thinking of.
It's true.
Is it free?
It's not free. For me, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. From when I was going in school, this is my logic, innit?
Yeah.
There was girls out there that were labelled as hoes that today would be labelled as normal. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I'm going up and you guys are hoes then, certain people are hoes then,
Yeah.
why am I now going to be shocked if I'm looking for someone and they're saying that their body count is a certain amount of
True.
Yeah, it's
people?
true.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense to think like that. But there are some people who are somewhat deluded that think, oh, girls should be good, but they should also be freaks as well.
Experience.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Experience. It can't run both ways.
Yeah, it
Do you
can't
get what
run
I'm saying?
both ways.
Do you know what it is as well? Like when you think about in life, yeah, the reality is the amount of people that you come across, yeah. Like some people may get duped into a situation where they feel like they love a person and they want to give them all they're trying to do is just give their best. You know what I mean? And that may include whatever comes with that. And like the amount of people that they come across and then say they had sex with so and so. Before you know it, your body count's like what? Hitting like, it's a high number.
Some people
Or you
got their
just
own like
spotted love.
personal traumas and things like that, and they've got their body count is only because they how can I put it? Like some people, it's no, but it's true. Sometimes it's true though, because some people will literally like they've been sleeping with multiple people because they want to give love to someone, or they want to receive love. Yeah, they want to receive love. So there's a whole heap of things that come into it, man. I don't think you can judge someone completely based off of that.
I feel like body count for some guys is insecurity. If they hear a certain girl say,
100%.
I've slept with X amount of men, it's an insecurity for them because one, you've grown up learning that you shouldn't be with a girl that slept with X amount of
That used to
men
be-
and
that
blah,
used to
blah,
be
blah.
me still.
And then other guys, it's like, oh, but I want to be the best. Other guys, it's like, oh, am I even able to satisfy her? Other guys, it's like, oh, I just can't handle the number because that's nasty. Not realizing that they're doing the same thing. Do you get what I'm saying? But there's loads of double standards for men and women.
100%.
There's loads.
Especially when it comes to sex as well.
Oh, go on. I know you got a question. I've got my question.
And I was going to make a point because do you think your definition of intimacy has obviously changed from when you were younger? Because when I was let's say when I was like 19,
Yeah.
I thought the only way that I could get closer to some guys was through sex. But I didn't know that other ways of intimacy was like getting to know each other and learning more about each other.
Yeah.
I feel like you learned that a bit later.
An actual thing, yeah, that's like
Yeah, exactly.
Like the PS5.
I think
Do you know what? It's good that you learned that sorry, bro.
Go
It's
on.
good that you learned that quicker because some people don't learn it until later on in
Until the
life.
mid-20s,
Yeah.
late 20s.
Yeah.
30s.
And what that shows is that you've kind of learnt your self-worth in a sense because you can't just be giving yourself away.
body's a temple.
You know, even when you get older as a man, you don't just sleep with any woman. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Just for your own safety.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think my definition of intimacy did change over time, but I was in a relationship from really young.
Oh, okay.
So when I was 14, I was in a 3-year relationship or 4-year until I was like 18. Yeah. So for me, that was kind of like set the tempo of what intimacy is and relationships and blah blah. So it was a lot more than just like sex at the time. So that kind of, I guess, set the groundwork for everything going forward from there. But then you switch in and out of phases as a
you
man,
do.
like, you know what I mean? Spent 3 years with someone and then you have your freedom.
Freedom.
Say it with your chest, brother. Say it
No,
with your
it's true.
chest.
I've got a question though. Would it bother you if your partner was bi and their body count consisted of both men and women?
Yes.
That's mad. Oh, that's so mad.
Like you met someone, you find out, okay,
That's
they've
mad.
previously,
Because
you met a guy,
Right.
he's previously been with a guy
Right.
once, maybe twice,
Okay.
but he's really serious about you and going for.
This is kind of where like double standards kind of come
Yeah.
into it. But go ahead.
I have a further question. Is
Yeah.
it like when he was sleeping with like both genders, was he just like, was it like one night stands or was it actual like relationships with these people?
No, he was actually feeling them. Like he was feeling this brother. No, he's yeah. So
I don't think
I've got to be
You know,
careful.
yeah.
just be quiet.
Yeah. I think I'm very like, I'm extremely curious. So I'd ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
I would need to know like a lot more. Like, how do I know that you're okay? Like, I need a lot of reassurance, a lot of like questioning how.
That he's finished with that phase.
Yeah, like
Not
well, not phase.
phase.
Lord.
I can't lie, you're right. Still, you need no reassurance.
Yeah, I would need to know.
reassurance.
Yeah, I would need
Yeah.
to know that like you're with me. It doesn't matter if you leave me for another or you're. Yeah, I just need to
Do you know
know.
what? 'Cause
when
I-
you leave me.
listen,
Yeah,
I
because you don't
understand
want
like
to
things
up and leave
around
one
that
day of the
Yeah.
same sex, man. I'm
things
sorry.
around that could be quite sensitive,
pain.
yeah. And I know we're living in a quite sensitive age, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But I think that it's okay to still want what you want
Yeah.
and be reassured about what you want out of something. So
Yeah,
at the end of the day, you know, if that bothers you, it bothers you, and that's okay.
I don't know if bother is the right word for me. I think he'll probably end up leaving me anyway because I ask too many questions. I'd want to know like so much at one point in time. Like we
And
couldn't.
then-
Yeah, I'd want to know everything in that day.
Do you feel you're gonna ask too many questions to the point where you're gonna hear something that you don't want to hear?
Yeah,
and then-
because that's me. I keep on poking until I hear what I know is going to make me leave. Yeah. So
Yeah,
That's self-sabotage.
that's all right.
So why-
You're inquisitive. That's good.
Yeah. I hear that, man.
What about you?
Get
If you found out that, say, like the girl you're speaking to was sleeping with both men and
women. I think I've come across women before that have been with girls previously. They've not been like into like an actual relationship with them, but they've been intimate with them, and you can kind of always suss them out of like, how can I put this? So there's certain girls that will date men and both women who
It's mad.
they've got kind of like a free spirit personality or type of kind of like mentality, and that in itself is something that I don't think I personally can handle almost. It's a bit too like I like
Wild.
someone to be open, to be friendly, to be this, to that, and like be open to
need
certain
boundaries.
things. But I very much like I'm quite black and white about things. I need to know what do you like and what don't you like. You know what I mean? For the most part. Because if I'm dating you and in a couple months down the line, I've like gone to a party and then I've gone to the toilet and that come out and your lips in a girl, I'm gonna be like, what's
Yeah.
happening? What's happening here?
It's wild, fam.
Didn't expect
You can't even go back to the drawing board because you don't know what's just
and,
happened.
and then it's like,
You'll be
yeah,
rattled,
like
you
being
know?
a man,
You'll
it's
see
like,
the
what,
days.
should I be
Stem is
upset
like-
with the fact that she's kissing another girl rather
Yeah.
than maybe
guy.
a guy? She's talking to another guy.
Because the
That
worst thing
is-
about it is that, like, almost diving into the next thing is that with social media will teach you that that's a good thing for, especially
Like
for
a
guys.
fantasy.
For that, oh yeah,
that's
fantasy.
what I
Like,
was
oh
gonna say.
yeah,
It's a
my
sick
girl,
fantasy.
my girl's sleeping with a girl. Oh yeah, that's
Say that.
that's
What?
that kind of
Yeah.
thing is
He's
it's
got
mad.
quite
like.
He went,
How was that, miss?
Nah, I said I think it's a sick fantasy. Like, I don't
sick-
like it. Innit?
It's
It's not comfortable
Yeah, it's
feeling.
not. Yeah, it's not.
But then
People-
for some
you meant a
people they
good
like
one.
it.
Yeah, some people love it.
Some
Like,
people love it.
each
I
their
think they
own.
like the idea of it. I think if it actually happened, you wouldn't like it.
no.
Yeah, all
I
right,
don't think
I'm with
you
you.
know what I mean? I
100%
don't think
with
I don't
because
like
even
that
like you
idea.
see it when like guys are like, oh, like we've done it before. Like when we go out and some guys move to us and we're like, oh, that's my girlfriend. It's not. And like, oh, you two lips then. I promise you, if I lips this girl now, you're going to vomit. You're not gonna like it. You're not actually gonna like
I
it.
don't like it.
No, I think
So-
guys,
Saying
some
that
guys
there's
say a
some
lot of
twisted
things
guys
that
out
they
there
don't.
these days,
There
you
are.
know.
Don't
Some
like.
twisted guys. fam.
There's some twisted, and women have to deal with a lot, man, when it comes to that.
Nastiness,
Hear
yeah.
some foolishness.
Alright, cool. Wait, hold on. So, let's just say, for instance, yeah, Layla and Ronke are out, yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
and then let's just say you're a guy approaching them to try and move to them, whatever, and they're like, no, that's my girlfriend, and then you're like, okay, lips then.
I wouldn't ask them to lips.
I thought I meant to prove
wait,
I'm
hold on.
lesbian.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't. But hypothetically speaking, if they did lips, would that make you feel some type of way? Would it make you feel sick?
No, it wouldn't make me feel sick. It's
Okay,
just not
cool.
what I like.
Okay, cool.
So it wouldn't- I don't have an issue
It
with-
wouldn't appeal to you in
No,
any
it doesn't
type of
appeal.
way.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
For example, just like how if somebody was gay or lesbian and what's it called?
They like
They
the
were
opposite,
moving to
yeah.
someone straight,
Yeah.
for example. Do you get what I'm saying? But the person that's straight, they just don't like it, innit?
Yeah.
Like, that's not what they like. Not that they have anything against them.
Okay, okay.
That's
Not
just
their
not their thing.
preference.
Yeah, no, I got-
that's
got you,
that's
got you.
that's where my thing is.
And that's okay. You don't have to be
Nothing
rude
co-
about it. It's just
Look,
personal
go,
preference.
Go live your life, be happy. Like I don't have an issue, but
Yeah.
that's not my fantasy for two girls to be kissing and me to
Yeah.
join in. That's you get me? Like it's not.
And then it's the thing of like,
understand?
not only do I have to watch out for men, but I gotta watch out for women now as well.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
even-
it's just too much to look
Too
for.
much.
So watch
I
out.
got my hands
Too
in the back of my
much.
head.
Too much stress. I heard that. It's too much.
Saying that, just a little, segue. Do you think we're insensitive now as a society, more now than we were 10 years ago?
Insensitive?
In what sense?
Yeah.
No, do you think we're more sensitive now?
Yeah, more sensitive
100%.
than we were maybe 10 years ago? Or
100%.
I think we were just too reckless with it before.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because if you, for an example, like Twitter, you could tweet almost anything back then and it would run. Because we just didn't care. We weren't very considerate of other people's feelings. And we didn't see the effect of other people's feelings, So you could say something and God forbid a person would commit suicide. But because it wasn't publicised or like shared as much as it is now on Twitter, you wouldn't care. So you continue to do the same thing. But now you kind of see the effects of what people say online in their personal life. So I think now we're more aware. But I don't know if we're more sensitive. I just think we're more aware because it still happens in like GCs and stuff, and you still say things to your friends like at the kitchen table, but you just wouldn't tweet it now. Do you know what I mean?
I think we're
Yeah.
more sensitive.
Do you know what? I
think we're more
don't know,
sensitive
man,
still.
because I feel like awareness and sensitivity are two different things.
Yeah.
Now, like obviously back in the day, I feel like we weren't as sensitive as we are now. Now we're oversensitive to the point where
You can't say
sometimes
anything.
even like how many times we've been recording here and we've had to worry about what we're gonna say, even though back in the day we would have just said it without a thought. Do you know what I mean?
Word.
But and then at the same time, like you know what? I've been watching something on Netflix called Modern Family.
Okay.
Like, it's been
I
out for
love
time.
that.
And you know, with that, like they've got like there's so many like rude like scenes and jokes and everything like that. So you got like obviously a gay couple.
Yeah.
And you got obviously a dad who's old school, like he just has his way about, like how he views gay same sex couples, innit? And I was like, he made some jokes or whatever, and I was just thinking, there's no way that could run now. You know what I mean? And it's a shame because it's actually funny, and I guarantee that there's same sex couples out there that laugh because they can see the joke side of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, so I was going to bring up sorry, Dan. I was going to bring up the fact that there's other TV shows that are like that. So, for example, South Park's like that.
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Park
yeah.
was so rude.
Yeah.
South Park is still rude.
What?
If you look at something like between like even British culture in the sense of like Little Britain.
Yeah.
Little Britain, they used to have like that black
I never
woman
found
that was
that
on there, and
funny.
she was. But
I
do you know
find it
what I mean?
hilarious.
I always found South Park and Little Britain hella rude. Like I found it rude back then, and I find it rude now.
What,
Like,
like offensive rude? Like?
a Little Britain, no, Little Britain. Yeah, both of them. I'm not even gonna try and cap both of them. I didn't like them. I wasn't a fan.
What about Family Guy?
I never watched
I was
Family
in
Guy. It was a bit
bed
too.
before
Yeah, it was a
Family
bit
Guy
too
came on.
lewd for me.
So it's like a curfew on that.
I had a bedtime. I had a bedtime up until I was in year 10.
Oh,
Serious?
really?
It's like 7:30.
What? Yeah.
Oh
what
my
time? What time?
What time? 8:30.
8:30.
So she was just an hour out.
So 15.
Sometimes
You was going to bed at 8:30.
Sometimes
15.
9.
Can you imagine
And then
just
when GCSEs came, I was up until late. And after that, I was free.
But can we just?
I mean, I wasn't like. What do you want me to say?
Wait, no, listen,
You know
it's
what?
okay because I'm sure you got the best grades.
I actually did. I won't miss it here and
That's
lie.
what I'm saying. So that probably
come on, tell him again.
It works for you.
it worked for you.
No,
You know
it's
what I'm saying?
that's
Black and
wild,
proud.
fam.
And also,
worked.
I lived in a house with 5 girls who were all older than me.
Right,
So
sorry.
if they wanted to watch Family Guy, I was in bed. Even if it wasn't my bedtime, I was upstairs. They don't want me around. I was like that little sister that they didn't want around.
Yeah.
So
Is it changed now?
they live away. Now it's me and my brother.
Oh,
I'm up till whatever time I want to be. But
I hope so.
but yeah, I was always in bed by like 8:30. There were days. Sorry, segue.
Yeah.
My dad would come home and I'd try and hide, and he'd find me and send me to bed. There was no way around it, guys. It was bed 8:30, up at 6, school at 8.
You know why that's wild as well? Because in summer around
regiment.
8:30, it's still
It's still
daylight.
light. Yeah.
Do you know what? I had
still
that
like
when
on
I
the
was
road.
younger, like 9 or something. Like, secondary school, and mum be like, go to bed, but mum is right outside. You know, your brothers playing on the street, like, kicking ball.
You know, the only time I had
The one
that,
tear in your eye, fam. Like, no, man, I want to go out.
Wake up, the pillows wet.
Oh, that was the worst. It's the
I think
worst.
the only time I had that was, when after 6 weeks holiday and you got to go to bed before
got
school,
to practice.
the day before school, fam, that's when my mum would be like, yeah,
Painful.
you got to go to bed now. And I'm just thinking, it's still light, like, allow me in it.
Allow it.
was the
Everything's
worst.
ironed
Yeah,
on the
man.
side. You're looking at it all ironed. You're like, I don't know.
Oh my days.
But no, I do think we're a little bit too insensitive, personally.
Back to what you said about like the TV shows.
Yeah.
Sorry, just quickly. I
Yeah,
also
go
think
for
it
it.
depends on your type of humor as well.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, I find Modern Family hilarious because I don't find their jokes rude
Okay.
and
Yeah.
offensive. If that makes sense.
Is
Like,
this,
even
is it a good show? Yeah,
it's nice, proper good. It's really good.
It's true. It's
And
true.
I was having this conversation with my mum, and she said maybe you don't find it offensive because they're not saying anything like about who you are. But even like the joke where he makes about the black family, like when the black family come.
Yeah.
Obviously that's black people, so it's going to be about me. But it was I still found that joke funny. It wasn't offensive.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
whereas South Park, they don't really talk about anything that relates to me at all. But I just find them hella rude.
Yeah.
Like I don't find that type of comedy.
Do you know what?
No,
I think
I'm with you on that
what's
too.
important about
Yeah.
what's good about that is that because you've been
Makes sense.
you've almost because you've been insensitive about it. I'm sorry, because you've been sensitive about it. It's brought out this kind of thing of where conversations are had about those sort of topics. Oh.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, but because those conversations are happening, it means that people that are ignorant to certain things,
Yeah.
more conversations are coming about. So you're actually talking about certain things that people once actually did not think were sensitive topics
Yeah.
to be speaking about. So,
Yeah, no, I
yeah,
agree.
like whether that's, workplace discrimination or
Yeah.
race or whatever else. Like there's some white people out there that literally don't see certain problems
They don't at all.
as problems.
Yeah.
Like I got black mates.
My neighbour's black.
Name is black.
Yeah.
But he's,
Do you know,
So, yeah.
she's a black. No, but you know what as well though? Like when you look at South Park, it was kind of made in the time back in the day, like probably like was South Park kind of like
the
90s?
second cup.
I don't actually know.
No, hey, when would you say South Park was like?
90, late 90s.
Like late 90s, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what I'm just thinking is like when you look at even as I was talking about, I can't remember where I was talking about it, but little things like Dexter's Lab and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
back in the day, little cartoons they always put in you like adult
Innuendos.
innuendos,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
like yeah. Yeah.
Even
I was gonna
in
describe
like
it,
the
but-
most
Even
like
Looney
some modern
Tunes, fam.
films now,
Yeah.
even some like modern stuff now, like there's films such as even Finding Nemo. If you watch back
What did
Finding
they put in?
Nemo,
Oh,
Yeah.
he touched the butt.
like there's like little things in there
Yeah.
that's like very adultish and grown up
Yeah.
for a child's film.
Shark's Tale.
Definitely.
Shark's
Even
Tale.
Mulan, I know it's like still 90s, but
Yeah.
there's one part, I watch it all the time, but there was like, Mushu, Eddie Murphy's character,
Yeah.
he goes, because little Miss Man wants to take her drag show on the road.
That is funny.
Or something like, yeah. And it was only this year that I watched it again and I clocked what I said. And it was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
they say so many crazy things. Like, you can't say Miss Man now and get
No
away with
way.
it.
You're getting-
just
you're getting
to say I was
thrown under the
quoting
bus.
the film.
The
I
So-
know, nowadays
Yeah.
you can't even say the word fag for cigarette.
Yeah.
You can't even say that.
This is why I'm saying it's
Yeah.
very,
Like,
very
we're
much
over.
sensitive nowadays.
Very PC.
But then again, that
Everything's an
wasn't in
ism
my...
or obia.
Yeah, but that wasn't... Oh, doof. Or,
No, but
or
not
obic.
obia, not as in juju.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
But like,
But,
you know what I'm saying?
But I
Phobia.
think
Don't be taking
even
that.
like, I think words like that, they were never in... It depends who you are and how you grew up, I guess, because words like that were never in my language. Like, they were never in my...
Like what?
Like fag, that was like even for cigarette or for the other thing. It was
Hear
I
it
wasn't
walking
asking
down
people
the
for. Yeah, no, I wasn't asking for any. I didn't hear that. Like, yeah, it never came out of my mouth
Fair
in
enough.
any way. Talking about a cigarette or the other thing it's used for. It was just never in my
Your
diction.
vocabulary.
There we go.
Vocabulary.
Do you think that's
English lit. Yeah, flick it. Go on.
Anyways,
It's a lot to flick, boy.
Do you think that sensitivity that we've been talking about, like everything we're being sensitive about, has been altered because of social media?
100%.
Yeah.
Is it social media that's like the big thing that's just like pushing that agenda kind
yeah,
of?
because if
Put your hand up, you know.
Go for it. Oh.
I know how kind people are, but I was thinking about, on Twitter, everyone has an opinion, and people
Yeah.
can literally put a whole lot of
There's
like
no quiet person in the back in it that
Mm.
has an opinion.
every single, and all they have to do is just throw in, I don't know, what's the trigger word? Any sort of big.
but you're
fat
not ready
English-
to talk about that, yeah, or whatever they say at the end.
No,
they're
no,
like, you're not
not
ready
even
to talk
that.
about that.
Oh
They'll
my-
say,
Yeah.
they'll say
Oh,
anything.
but they don't want to talk about that.
You're not
Yeah.
ready for that.
They're not
Yeah,
ready for that.
that's the
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Stand
Say
it.
anything, and a lot of people, because if you're someone that not doesn't read but doesn't think, then you'll
Yeah.
think
By
that
yourself.
those opinions are
100.
like 100, like yeah, they're facts, and I hate
100%.
that anyone can say anything, and look,
I'm
with you.
I'm with you on that one.
100% with that one. I don't think we're meant, as humans, we're not meant to see that many things at once.
We're not meant to
Like,
interact
we're
with that
not.
many people.
that's too much frequencies. That's too much.
There's too
for
many
our brains.
opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like,
everyone's
imagine coming
opinion is
across
fact.
all those opinions, but like face to face, you'd be tired, fam.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
very
be
tired.
exhausted.
To either be
man.
tired
wouldn't know
or
how to
know
think
who
by
to listen
yourself.
to and know who
Yeah.
not to listen to.
Yeah,
But behind the
yeah,
screen,
yeah.
when you're actually reading something and you're not hearing a tone with it, or you're not able to just gauge.
But this is
anything,
why I think
it's
we're
so
sensitive,
difficult.
because even a simple text message in a group chat, sometimes we can read it not in the
Yeah.
person's voice or how they would say it, even though we know the person, and just read it how we are going to interpret it, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden,
Yeah.
I'm
It's an
offended.
issue.
They
Yeah.
put one O in low.
Do you know what I mean?
Low
you know
kids
what I
are-
mean?
They must be upset.
You know, and I think that if we just think for a bit and think, oh, how is this person saying this now? Because I know this person, a lot of disputes wouldn't happen.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Because you know your brethren, so why are you reading it in another way?
See, this is why I call. I need to hear your voice.
This
is
I
it.
haven't got time
There you
to
go.
read between the lines.
No, but I think
Yeah.
it's kind of easy to. Like,
No. Because then you
is.
can make too many assumptions. You can
think
jump to
also
all
girls
sorts
as
of
well.
I'm talking. Sorry, no, I'm not talking about. For example, if I was texting you guys in a group chat, I wouldn't know because obviously I'm not around you all the time. But if I was texting Sion or Aaron, because I'm around them, I kind of know how they're gonna respond
Yeah.
to something.
Oh yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
sense.
sometimes I don't understand if everyone's together, we're in a group chat, and somebody's taking something wrong in the wrong way. Do you get what I'm saying? When you know what the person's like, so.
Do you think that your how can I put it? Do you think that your view on happiness has changed because of how social media has affected that? Like, do you have like a central idea of like, well, this is what makes me happy? But has social media changed that for you?
A little bit, but not a lot. Like I said, I like to live in my bubble.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes social media can like poke at the bubble
And then
or
you
like
start
knock it,
feeling
and I'm
like,
like, oh, maybe I shouldn't.
Is there something wrong with my bubble?
Yeah, and then I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, that's literally me. Like, maybe it's the way I think or the way I do things. Maybe it's a problem. But then I'm very quick to like, I try to be
Reset
very quick,
yourself.
to like
Yeah.
put myself back in my little bubble because I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy here.
Yeah.
I like to
Yeah.
think so. Yeah, but I do think it can like sway you a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
you can
just-
become a
yeah.
victim of it. You can.
1000%.
Do you think you live in your own bubble to protect yourself in a sense?
And your views and your opinions.
Yeah. Because like I said at the start, like there's a lot of things I can't handle.
Where does
So
that
let me
stem
not-
from though? Where does that come from? Because you've said that a few times.
You know,
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, honestly,
there must be a
What's
deeper-
star sign are you?
There must be a deep
Gemini. I don't really
Okay.
believe in. I don't really follow them though. Yeah, we're both
No one about
Gemini.
it.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
So June as well.
May 27th.
Mate,
You're a
okay.
Gemini as well. You're both Geminis. That's why
Yeah.
you're twins.
100.
I don't really
Yeah,
believe in
literally.
star signs
Yeah,
too
apparently
tough. but-
Geminis aren't meant to get along though. We get along like a house on fire. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but to answer your
Geminis
question
are
for this
inquisitive,
one,
though.
yeah, that is. I think like I was raised very sheltered.
Okay.
Okay.
So like some parents have the thing where
English
let me
lit. It's true.
Yeah. So some parents have this thing where it's like, let me just break the bubble now, so when she goes outside, she's not stunned by it.
Yeah,
And
okay.
mine was the opposite. My mum was like, I'm going to wrap you around in this bubble, and you're going to be fine. You're going to bounce off the walls. You're going to
You know
bounce
what?
off the
Your mum
pins.
didn't do you wrong.
You're
Still.
gonna.
It's not
No, she
bad.
didn't
Yeah,
do me
it's
wrong
not
at
bad,
all.
yeah.
She didn't. But some things happen, and I'm like, oh, like
It's a shock.
this is new. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not prepared for this. So I think to stop myself from doing that, I stay in my bubble because it's quite comfortable here. And my friends like to keep me zipped up in my bubble too. So
Really?
yeah, there's.
You're from a bubble as well, isn't it?
Me,
Yeah.
a little bit of a bubble.
You explored a bit.
8:30.
Yeah.
8:30.
Yeah.
Of course she's in a bubble.
Pardon, what?
8:30, bro.
I feel like you rebelled to get in your bubble.
Yeah, no, I
You did when you went to uni, isn't it?
No, you know what's really funny? Before I went to uni, things like they loosened up a little bit. Like I was fine.
No, do you know
we
what?
lived
Do you know
that.
what? Do you know what? I'm saying? Did you hear what Aaron said? He said you were in tier 3, fam.
Tier 3 from
know what to say.
No, I was in tier 3 up
Dumb.
until.
That is
For
dumb.
most of my life, yeah. So, and you know what? I'm proud to be a tier 3 child. Yeah. I'm not. I'm actually. Well, I am proud to be a tier 3 child because I feel like there's a lot of problems that I don't think I needed
Tier 3 child,
when
that
I
is
was seeing
hilarious.
people go through
Couldn't
that.
even finish watching these Zenders.
But I had a lot of freedom.
Lila
man. I
don't have that. Lila
exposed to
don't
the
have
world,
that.
But
You
that was
see?
that wasn't because
Didn't even get
my
to
mum
see.
wasn't a good mum. It was just my circumstances and living circumstances.
Yeah,
innit?
this is
So-
it. I think my
Crazy.
mum, I don't know, my mum and my dad, to
sorry.
be fair, they weren't interested in letting me explore whilst I was young. So when I got their version of young is like before, like pre-18. So when I got to 17, I fought for it. When I got to 17 and they gave me my freedom, like I'd already seen a lot through my friends.
And your older sisters, right?
And my older sisters as well. So I just feel like the problems that I saw in uni and like now, I don't relate to them because I saw enough between 16 and 19. But how did we get here, guys? Why am I speaking about this again?
Yeah, for real.
I actually can't remember.
I can't remember.
You said
But it's built you to be the woman you are.
Yeah.
No, I would.
Because you said about
being a bubble.
happy and being happy.
Yeah, being
Yeah, I was
happy.
asking
Yeah.
what made you be in this bubble. Like that's what I was asking.
I was born in the bubble, I guess, but my bubble
born.
my bubble was
You
different
made
to
your bed to
Layla.
the bubble.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't. My mum wasn't strict, I guess. She let me, but she let me roam, I guess, and do like things and go out and play and stuff like that. And but there were just some things that she was like, yeah, no, you're not going to be exposed to this. Whereas like, it was a constant battle between my parents because my dad was like, no, slap her in the deep end, she'll swim. She'll be fine. And my mum was like, no.
I learned a lot about you guys' mums in the
Yeah.
last episode.
Yeah. So that's literally my
Fair
mum.
go on.
Like,
I'm
telling you, fair, your
yeah,
mum.
so it was like different. So I guess I got both sides of it because I was very sheltered, and then there was some points where I saw things and it's like I could have been fine in that bubble. Do you know what I mean? Like so, But like you said, we're here now.
I heard that.
Do you think that your strong personality or like how you've been built to be, I guess, a particular way? Do you think that people find that intimidating? Like especially men. Like if you come across certain men, do you find that they find your personality intimidating?
You know, one guy actually said I was scary.
What?
Am I scary, guys?
No.
Thank you. This guy actually said
Scary at
no,
all.
he actually said I was scary.
I heard that.
Do you think that he felt intimidated by your... Like, do you think that... How can I put it? You see, like how you said he went back to someone that he was previously with?
Yeah. He didn't even go back.
Or whatever that is, yeah. Whatever that situation is, yeah. Do you think that he felt intimidated by you being such a successful person? Like, for example, like we spoke about, you done law and things like that. Sometimes people find someone that does law to be a little bit too I don't want to say pushy because I done law myself, but like I don't like they find it a bit
It's just a
too,
big personality.
it's a big personality. It's a bit too kind of much. You're good at probing people about certain things. That's just natural to you.
Before you answer that, do you think he was someone that was insecure?
No.
So then it might not have been that then.
I don't.
Wait, I can answer
Actually,
it.
yeah, you can
I
answer
can
for
answer
me.
it. I think he was.
So then
Just
that
a little
could have
bit. But
You know
not-
that friend
not-
that kept it real? Just like,
Yeah,
no,
like just
yeah.
because.
Yeah, he's a
dickhead.
But yeah, I
been. Are you
think he
still in
was
your
just.
feelings for him?
No.
Leave her alone.
No, do you know why I asked that? Yeah. No. Do you know why I asked that? Because do you know why I asked that? No disrespect.
Yeah.
Because you said that you don't think he was insecure, and your friend from the outside view is saying that she thinks he was a little bit insecure.
When
And
you
these
like
are things
someone,
that you see.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Do
You
know
have
what I'm saying?
blinkers. Do you
So if
like,
you
go
still
blinker to certain
sometimes
things?
when you still have rose tinted glasses on, you still see them in a similar light.
Yeah, this is it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
I force myself to always see the
The good.
in people,
Yeah.
and I think maybe with that particular person, I let quite a bit slide. I think
Yeah.
in some ways, maybe in a different time, we could have dated, but at that time, I think I was high maintenance for him.
Okay,
Yeah, but given a bit of time, we would have been on the same levels. Probably,
Yeah.
I'd be low maintenance to him now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But the thing is, it happens like that. That's sometimes you meet people at particular times, and again, you know, right time, right place.
Don't worry, Layla, we've all
Those sort
taken
of things.
some
We've all been there. We've all been
We've
there where we
taken
like
some
someone a lot
knocks.
more than
Crazy.
maybe liked us.
It's painful, man. But
Do you
go
think?
strong,
Do you
man.
guys think that there's men out there that are intimidated by successful women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Why?
Mm.
I think actually, one can take it away.
Oh. Do you remember when I said she likes to put me under the bus? I think it's because as men, you guys are taught to provide, be the head of the table, like steer the ship, all these type of stuff. You guys are taught that. So when a woman has kind of like stepped into them shoes by herself, I think it's a shift in like, it's a power shift. And I think men don't really know how to
Handle it.
and how
I
to like
agree
change
with
that. Because also like, just look at your friendships. Your friendships are a group of you lot trying to, like you guys power shift and try and take like the reins of every. Do you know what I mean? In every situation, like there's a certain situation where you guys are stronger at one thing than the others are. Do you know what I mean? And vice versa and all that stuff. So I guess you guys are always learning how to like be the leader and be the alpha and all this.
It's testosterone.
But, yeah, definitely. But I think it works in male relationships because you guys are all men and you guys all have a turn at one point. Do you know what I mean? And even if you're not, and even if you have a turn in that, you guys are used to that. But with a woman, it's kind of like, no, not you, babe. Like you've got to follow me.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? I don't mind taking turns with my bros because it's my bros and like we're all. I know I'll get my turn one day, but with a woman, you never really know when. You're gonna get your. Do you know what I mean?
I get that. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. I just feel like when you say like when you got a successful woman, she can still be successful and allow you to be that figure in the relationship or the family or whatever. So I don't think that success has anything to do with what you're saying. But however, I do agree what you're saying in terms of
like
men don't men don't know how to maybe share that sense of like, you know, protection or being like, you know, a breadwinner or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm the breadwinner.
I think
You
it's a
can never
certain
be
type of man that's intimidated though. Because I think I could comfortably say all the guys in my immediate friendship group, including the guys in here, wouldn't be intimidated by a woman that's successful. Because we would want, if it's a woman that we love or it's a woman that we care about, we would want them to succeed.
100%.
And knowing that we can support them in doing that, we are comfortable. But then it's another guy, it's a certain type of guy who hasn't maybe been exposed to women being successful, women being outspoken.
Or just strong women in general.
Strong women in general, which probably feel, oh gosh, like, no, I'm the alpha. I've been the alpha since mum was a single mum. She was a single parent. Like, I've been running the house. I was running the streets and bringing money and I'm doing X, Y, Z. So when they come across somebody who's quote unquote educated and successful, it's like, oh, rah, I'm out of my depth here. There's nothing I can offer her, but she can offer me things.
It's all about that, you know.
That's what it is. It's ego. It's ego, bro. And,
I think men
guys
like
don't
to
like
have.
it.
Sorry, I think men like to have a hold on women as well. And I think what you said about...
Some men.
Yeah, some men. Sorry, some men like to have a hold on women as well. And I think also some men like to be like, I like a successful woman, just not more successful than me.
Yeah.
So when you guys said about you guys, like your immediate circle being okay with a successful woman, I'm not talking about you guys obviously, but like I think some men say that, but really like in the small print, it's not more than me.
Wow.
Like, I don't mind her doing her thing, but I've got to, like...
Why do you think that?
I think it's, like, the examples I said, and also because I feel like men see a successful woman as, like, you don't need me then, and you can walk out any time. Do you know? I think so.
I think a lot of men do feel like that.
Yeah.
A lot of men feel like if a woman's earning more than me, then what's to stop you from going off and finding someone else?
Like,
Can I
their roles
tell you
are
what
made
I think it
redundant.
is? From experience, I think with some men, when they have a successful woman, it's not that, oh, you can leave me at any time. It's more, for example, what the typical scenario is, there's a successful woman, she has her own house, she has a good job, and the man goes and lives with the woman. Right? Anytime there's it's true. Yeah. Anytime there's a squabble or there's an argument or whatever, the woman is quite right within her rights to say, get out of my house. That's
Get my house,
it's an ego thing.
No,
it's an ego thing.
He's saying it's an ego thing, but as a man, you can never put yourself in that situation. You can never put yourself...
This is why there's different caliber of men. Because there's some men that wouldn't.
No, but this is... I've been doing it for years.
No, but
moving on, house hopping.
And then they try to turn bad. They try to turn bad when they get kicked out, and then they start begging. Please.
Chatting to their boys like, please. I'm not going to have that. He's outside the window.
You can't allow yourself to be in that situation, because you know what it is, it's like if a man has a house, and he lets the woman come and live in his house, if she pisses him off, there are some men that are bad man will be like to the woman, oh, get out.
100%, but the majority of men ain't gonna do that.
But if they're saying get out, this has been like, it's a logical thought. It's like they're thinking, right, that this is done. Whereas a woman, I'm not gonna say all women, I'm saying some women, it could be most, could be some, but if I moved into a house with a woman and say I just pissed her off one time, and she just felt emotional and wanted to kick me out.
Yeah.
Them type of things there, you're not gonna put me in that situation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you know?
That's abusive as well.
Huh?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is.
Yeah.
But what I want to say to that as well is that I've lived with someone before where I was in a relationship and then they moved in with me.
Yeah.
So they were living in my family house, but in my kind of like room. But I
Yeah,
had
yeah.
like quite a big space for us to both change it, so we both lived together.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. So, but throughout that, like you do, you don't always see eye to eye with someone. But it never escalates beyond a certain point. But you get to. Sometimes someone can be quite insecure about their position within your house. So, for example, I was with someone who felt as though them being with me in the house was kind of like how can I put it? Like they felt when things weren't going right, it was almost like, oh well, I'm gonna leave because I feel like I'm not wanted here.
Okay,
Leave
yeah.
them.
Because like I'm trying to make you
No,
feel
no,
wanted
man.
here in
Yeah.
our space.
Yeah.
Don't now make this my room. Like it's our room.
Yeah.
I
I
But
think
don't
that's
make it like
manipulative,
mine.
though. That's like
Yeah,
that's our bag.
that's-
That's a lot of women's bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it because we're in such a sensitive time where rightly so as well, it's on the other foot because men have a lot of things to be accountable for that we've
yeah.
not been accountable for quite a long time. But equally, we as men, we sometimes do deal with some of those situations as well. But yeah.
Sorry,
So,
man.
alright, so then question, for you guys as well then. So, imagine if you alright, so you got your, in fact it's for everyone. So imagine for you girls, you've got a husband, right? He earns more than you.
Like that,
You've now got...
He's so toxic.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Alright, so this question that I'm going to ask you guys try and think of it as like the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Got you, Sean.
So you guys got a husband. You guys got a husband. He's earning more than you. Cool. He's been the breadwinner. You're fine with that. He's fine with that. Cool. An opportunity has come for you, one, to move abroad with your family, and earn 3 times as much now. Yeah. So now you will be the breadwinner in a whole next different country.
Bringing the bacon home.
Yeah. So now how? So the question is like it would be 2 types of questions. So
Yeah.
for you guys, it would be how would you like what kind of support would you want to like would you want from your partner, and also for the guys, how would you react to that? Do you know what I mean? So you guys take it away.
I feel like this is easy for me to answer because, like, my home situation is my mum. I would say she is the breadwinner, and my dad, though he isn't the breadwinner, his like main job is being house proud and looking after my brother because my brother's disabled. So what my mum would ask of of my dad, is to be supportive of our children.
Yeah.
Just be there, be at the parents' evenings, just do all of those things there. But she would never take away from the fact that she's the man of the house. And I think that'd be the same with me.
You come
Like-
from a good home.
Oh, thank
No,
you.
you do.
You do.
Because there's some women that will rub that in a man's face
100%.
and
No,
they
Mum.
feel stressed.
You know what? Don't get me wrong. My she's very transparent about the fact that she earns more than my dad, but not in a like a condescending way. Just like
It's a fact.
that's my mum. That's my mum's worked her whole life. She's just been a worker. So she's just like, I don't ask anything of anyone. Just for my children. If you're there for my children, that's all. She's always just wanted a man that will just love her and her children.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's what I would ask of my husband as well. I don't really need much, but what I want, what I really want and would cherish from you is for you to like, look after my family and our family, not my family, our family and the children.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
that's
get
a big ask, but I know because my dad doesn't have a big ego, so that was really easy for him.
Wow.
But I know
Yeah. That's the
men
thing.
Props
now,
to dad. Big up your dad.
Big up your dad because that's not an easy thing for someone to be.
I've got a question. It's a bit of a segue, but can I ask it?
Yeah, go on.
Do you think that women in this generation, this day and age, have to choose between having a good career or a good family life, good love life?
Not anymore. I don't think anymore. I think a lot more now. You can kind of have it both.
But
Like-
based off the questions we've had, like, okay, is a guy intimidated of a successful woman and stuff like that? Do you think it's hard for a woman? Okay, let's throw a spanner in there. Let's be more specific for black women then. Because it's not like this, because this is our demographic, do you get what I'm saying? Do you think it's harder for black women to choose a successful career or a love life, or can they have both?
I think it's hard.
Yeah.
I think it's very hard. I would say that more because of the career I want to go into. I'm very aware of the fact that if finding someone that I like, not just like, but would want to make a life will be very hard unless they're as busy as me. And then, what do you say?
Do you mean finding someone that you love?
Did I say like?
Yeah, you said like. And
Love.
you said like because you're struggling to say love.
Scared of love, man. Tell me who this guy is. We have to pay him a visit. It's getting on my nerves already. It's getting on my nerves. There's trauma, fam.
There's trauma.
You
There's
shouldn't have done that to you.
You can feel it.
Nah, I can feel
The
it.
way
Still,
you're so comfortable to say like.
Right, man.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who been there?
What's his name?
Who
Tell
been
him.
there?
Tell
Pay
him
my
the
man a
man's
visit,
name.
fam. Just put him in the trunk. Just leave him out.
Ronke is too quiet.
Well,
Hey, Ronke, what's his name?
Hey.
No, no.
What you gotta do? Snitch. I plead the fifth. I'm not a
You
snitch.
look like you're reminiscing.
No, I'm just like thinking about your question because I think it's 50-50, but now that Layla's answered it, I kind of do sway more on her side. I do kind of agree because I do think for it to work, we'd have to be as busy as each other. We'd have to be as on our goals and on our career as each other. I don't think like I could be more work-minded and you be more relationship-minded or vice versa. I don't think it could work that way. I think we would have to both be like have our career on our minds, but like so one thing has to come first for the both of us.
Yeah.
So if I'm career focused, you have to be career focused, and then we set time for our relationship and like dates and stuff like that. But if you're more on like I want to, like if he's more on like I want to go on dates, I want to do this, like let's go, and I'm here like no, I want to work, like I want to make money for us, or the other way around, I don't think it would work.
I think
You know
people
what?
need
That-
to understand that
that's
it works in
Even
phases.
now.
It works in phases sometimes. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It works in phases. Like you might be in a phase of where you're in your 20s and you're all like, you want to be together, but you're just working towards something, a common goal. So a common goal is really, isn't it?
Can I give you? Sorry, what's I say? I'll wait till you finish.
No, I was going to say that the other way it can work is that some men are alpha and some men are beta males in the sense that
Even Charlie's as well, fam. Even Charlie's out there.
I never knew there was Charlie's
There's
out
Charlie's
there.
out there, fam.
Can't lie.
But I think
What's a Charlie?
what is a Charlie?
I don't know what a Charlie
So
is.
you got alphas, the top.
Yeah.
You got the betas that are just like keeping up the alphas, and you got the Charlies, the bottom of the barrel.
Bottom of the table.
Man will move in
Oh,
and put £10 on the electric.
Them ones.
And then be like, I've done my part.
No, Charlie won't even do that. He'll
Can
be
I
like,
give you
yeah, I
guys
get
some
paid next
insight?
week, but just hold
Spot
that for
me
me.
till
innit? Yeah.
But just continuing on my little segue, yeah, can I give you some insight from an older lady that's experienced and had chose the career path?
Yeah.
She said it's all about balance. And she also said,
Balance.
she also said,
Yeah.
no, because she like this is I won't disclose who she is because obviously but she said that
TNCs.
it's better to, if you have the opportunity to find love, don't throw it away.
Yeah.
Even if you're on your route to your career, she said your career will always be there because you're in the job. Do you get what I'm saying? You'll always make it to where you're destined to make it to you, but don't throw away the opportunity to find love if it's in your path, just for the sake of your career. Otherwise, you'll end up lonely.
Yeah.
You'll have a lot of money.
You're talking about the like career-driven women now.
Career-driven women,
Yeah.
yeah, because this particular lady has basically said that, she's successful, she's got everything she wants, she's on a lot of money.
Yeah,
But right now, she's struggling to find love.
yeah.
And she threw away the opportunity to find love, chasing her
Can you
career.
say what age bracket?
How old she is now?
Yeah.
50 plus.
Okay, yeah, because then you get to that point where
I don't know how old she was when she found love. I can't answer that because I'll be lying. But she said that if she could go back, she would find the balance.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue with our generation. I'm not gonna lie. Let me just say it with my chest. I think that with the black population, we're all ambitious, but we're ambitious in different ways. And I think that women's ambitions are a lot more clearer to them than men's ambitions are to them. Do you get what I'm saying? And women's ambitions are probably a lot more reachable, quote unquote, than men's ambitions. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I would say that we've got this thing in our minds as young people that, I need to focus on one thing at a time. But we don't understand what the word balance means.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm
It's just a
saying?
word.
Yeah.
It's just a
Yeah,
word.
literally, but it's a real thing. We need to find balance in order to kind of really find true happiness, Even if you're on your career path, it's good. If you find love on the way,
Yeah.
embrace it. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying to waste your time with people that that are nonsense. I'm talking about genuine people that are interested in you. Don't brush them off. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's how you get a relationship like your mother and your father. Do you get what I'm saying? Because your mum, I'm pretty sure your mum could have quite easily brushed your dad off. You know, you haven't said what she does. You haven't said what your dad does. Do you get what I'm saying? But based on an experience and knowing certain situations, she could have easily brushed him off. But then, would you be here?
No, I genuinely wouldn't.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Genuinely, I actually wouldn't.
No, this is what I'm saying. So, one thing I would say to you is follow the guidance that your mum has set you.
Yeah.
You can be a high maintenance woman. You can be successful, but don't be too successful in a sense where you have no time to give love.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You know what? Even
to
going
receive it.
back to
Yeah,
what
or to
Ronke
receive
was
it.
saying
I like
about
that. Thank you.
no
Thanks,
problem.
Dad.
even back to what you were saying about like
Dan.
you got to either be you can have either someone who's driven on career or someone who's driven on relationship. It's best when you're both on the same thing, because not just when you're together, but when children come, it's like how you react to their needs and whatever. Imagine like a child has a situation and you're just thinking, let's say for career driven, you're just thinking, right, I've got to get to work. Whereas someone else is thinking, right, I've got to look after that child. There's going to be a disconnect there, do you know what I mean? And that happens in a lot of families nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Who enjoys working though?
I do.
Do
you know what,
Part of me
yeah?
does.
I think
I
I've had a
do.
career. In my
I
career,
do,
think
but
I'm in a career, but I don't really
like my job
particularly
right now, so I'm
enjoy it.
speaking out
That's
of
why.
it.
That's why it is.
But would you
That's
check
why
that? I
it
feel like
is.
if you find the job that you want, I think like, well, this is again with my bubble and my happiness. But
Yeah.
I think if I find the career I want, I think I'd be more than happy. I don't think I'd need anything else.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just speaking from hindsight or foresight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
foresight.
Oof. Yeah, that's just from that one. Because I guess when I get there, it could be completely different. But from where I am now, I know, child, I couldn't give a heck about the job I'm in right now.
But the thing
Right,
is,
look
it's-
at
when you say like, oh, who's happy working as well? Because like, working can be so many different things. Like, working could be you, Aaron, how you do the editing of like your music. That's working.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you enjoy that because you like.
Yeah, like I've got my professional job.
Yeah.
And then I've got my hobby on the side,
which you've been paid.
which I get paid from.
Yeah,
I get
exactly.
paid from
So
like the
the-
music side of things. But,
Exactly,
Yeah.
but it's still work. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like I get there's sometimes when you say, "Oh, who enjoys work?" people automatically think about the work that they don't enjoy.
The 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas you could also be working on side projects and think, "Rah, I enjoy that work. I'm getting paid for it."
I think
Like
we've
from
got to
that.
be okay with understanding that things work in phases as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you can enjoy a job for 2 years and you get after 2 years you're like, I'm done. I'm done. I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So that's perfectly fine. Just depends what you want at the time from a situation.
I heard that.
All right, guys. So I recently got a dilemma in, yeah.
You've been waiting for
But
this,
like,
innit? You've been waiting for this one.
Back again.
Back again.
All right, so I got a dilemma, yeah, that was sent in to me. This is from a guy, yeah. I've been feeling down about myself look-wise lately, and in general. But to raise my confidence and prove that I still have it, I moved to a girl on my commute home and grabbed her number. I didn't intend to message her or call her afterwards, and I deleted her number as soon as I got home. Should I feel bad, and should I tell my girl?
So you got a girl.
Dilemma Dan.
Dilemma Dan.
Go on, Dan. Go on. You might as well start it.
Man, come on, man.
Or do you want to start?
Come on, bro. What you doing, man? What's he doing? How can you? First of all,
Got nothing left.
my first question, yeah,
Yeah.
would be why do you feel like you're not nice if you've got a girl? What's she not doing? That's my first question.
But how's he
What,
supposed to
what,
answer that,
what?
innit?
No, that's my first question. He,
Yeah.
no, he must
Okay,
know.
oh,
He
yeah.
must know if his girl's not making him feel nice or not. Because
Yeah.
if you're okay, if you felt down about yourself, yeah, and you moved to a next girl just to see if you still got it, then you deleted her number. You have to start asking yourself, why did I do
Why
that?
did I do it? Yeah.
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 Because you've got a girl.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be feeling like that if you've got a girl. Do
Yeah.
you get what I'm saying? So that's my first question.
Just for that, I could only think that, like if I was feeling down, something that I would do to raise my spirits might be different to you. Do you know what I mean?
No, you're looking too deep, fam.
Yeah, how-
It's a situation where if you've got a girl, you should
Yeah.
be able to have that conversation of you should be able to be vulnerable. If it's your girl, you don't have that title for no reason, innit?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So if it's your girl, you should be able to say, do you know what, babes? I'm not feeling, so nice no more.
Not everyone could do that. Not everyone
no,
could do that with
but
their
I'm
girl,
just
though.
saying, ideally, if we're talking about relationships that everybody wants, relationship goals, quote unquote,
Yeah.
you should be able to have that conversation. Do you get what I'm saying? Just likewise, you should be able to have that conversation. For example, if I do something and my girl don't like it, she should be able to tell me. And I should be able to change that because I love her. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that sometimes taking things into your own measures or thinking to yourself, well, I feel down about myself, so you know what, I'm going to find a way to make myself feel happier or more confident with myself when it has something to now do with another person can be wrong. Like, if you feel like you're lacking confidence or you're lacking this or that, realistically, you should be talking to your partner about that.
This is
You're
it.
talking about,
So
I feel this way about that.
That's point one.
What? Yeah.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think about it?
I think the same as you. I think he has a lot of self-reflection to do and questions to ask himself. Like, is his girl not doing what he wants?
Her
You know,
to
that's
do.
that's
You know
mine.
what?
Oh my days.
No, I'm joking. Honestly,
Honestly,
sorry. He has some questions to ask himself. Like, is his girl not enough for him? Because why does he need to go out and seek that reassurance or that
Could be the other
confidence
way around,
from?
though.
Yeah, definitely. But I think he still needs to ask himself that because he's the one that went to move to another girl.
100.
So I feel like he needs to ask himself that. I feel like if there
maybe
was
that's what he knows.
Yeah, but then what was the intention behind? Like, I
know.
don't know. I
Brings
need
me
to know
to
the
point
intention
two.
behind
Brings me
it.
to
Do you
point two.
still want a girlfriend? I'm
Yeah,
really genuinely.
like, this is
And that's point two. That's point
You want
two.
her?
Point two is if you know, like, be honest with yourself first and foremost. You know, like, a man knows if he's got sauce or not, innit?
100.
A man know. You can't tell a man if he knows he's got sauce that he hasn't got sauce. He knows. So be honest with yourself, young man, and tell yourself that you liked the way the girl looked, so you moved to her. But you knew it was innocent. Be honest. Don't say you was feeling down.
But then again, you can't dismiss the fact that he said he's not.
Let me
he
tell you why,
hasn't been
bro.
feeling himself
Let me tell you why.
because
Because somebody that's genuinely feeling down is not gonna approach. It's not gonna approach a stranger, bro.
because you feel down.
Because you feel down.
You have no confidence to approach
You're
someone
not gonna
else.
approach a stranger. So for me, I smell BS. Do you understand? Because if you're gonna move to a girl, you're not gonna move to an ugly girl. Sorry, you're not gonna move. You're not gonna move to a girl that you don't feel like you fancy. It's always attractive. Do you understand? So you're moving to her just to see if you know what. You're testing yourself. Okay, maybe I still got it, but you liked her initially.
All right, have any of you lot done that?
No.
Like, move to a girl to see if you still got it. No, you could be single still.
Yeah,
of course, yeah. But you moved to a girl to see if you still got it.
I've not moved.
Yeah,
to her.
obviously
I've
she got
flirted. I've flirted.
Yeah, but obviously
flirted.
yeah,
Flirted.
yeah. Alright, cool.
Little flirt here and
So
there.
what, yeah. So what was
No,
your
they
flirt?
weren't.
Just short of a number.
Sure, yeah, bro.
Short and
I'm not gonna
sweet.
lie. In my nature, yeah, is some. Like, I've been told my nature sometimes is a little bit flirtatious.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Little. No, I'm joking.
Don't do that, Sean.
I'm joking.
Don't. Why are you doing?
I'm playing, man. I'm playing.
Don't play those games, man.
Go on.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
don't
sometimes
get
it's a little bit flirtatious. But I'm not gonna take the flirting far enough to when I know that the other person's hooked. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's a bit of banter. It's a bit of, and everybody knows what page you're on. Do you get what I'm saying? But when you actively go out your way to move to someone that you find attractive, when you've got someone at home, you know what you're doing. It's not a case of oh, I was feeling down. Anyone that's feeling down, don't talk to no one.
That was a scapegoat.
It's a scapegoat because your woman would notice. Oh wow, what's wrong with you, bro? Do you get what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? You're
Women
moving
pick up on them
different.
things, you know. You can't.
They pick up on things. Don't sleep on women's intelligence. This is where so
intuition
many
is
Say
guys
that
mess
one
up.
again.
Say it louder.
Say it
for the
again.
back.
Listen,
Louder for the back.
women's intuitions is something.
No, but let's be
My
real.
face is turned up on that one.
Don't sleep on a woman's
believe in a
intelligence.
woman's
Do you know what
Because
I'd be annoyed about?
Nah, man, I think that's bull. That's
It's
rubbish.
not.
That's rubbish.
What's rubbish?
Woman's
Woman's
intuition.
intuition. That's
Huh?
rubbish.
I'm not saying a woman's intuition is right all
It's
the time.
always
I'm just
right,
saying
but it's-
don't
it's-
sleep on a woman's
Yeah,
intelligence.
They've
'Cause
got certain things that we don't actually underestimate at times.
why would
But
ask
they've
yourself
got-
this?
Go on, no.
Why would a woman? No. Because this guy's rattled me, you know. No, why would a woman stay with a man that she thinks is sourceless?
Yeah.
Because they're waiting for his come up.
Listen to what you just said.
They're waiting for his come up.
He said he's got a girl, right? How long is he gonna be? How long has he been in a
wait.
relationship for?
Was that a
They
separate
do,
question
they
or
do.
that to do with
They
the
don't.
This to do with this guy.
Oh, so say that again, sir.
Like how? What did I say again?
How long?
How long?
How long? How do you know the girl's not waiting for this guy's come up? That's what you
No,
said.
no. I said that was my answer.
Why would a girl stay with a guy if he's sourceless? Every
you go,
girl
that's
who's
what I
with a guy has some sort of attraction to him. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
And he would know that.
yeah, but
so
so
if he's
source is like, as they say, beauty is the eye of the beholder. So
you know, I get that. But if a guy is like, okay, for example, I don't know if we've all felt down about ourselves, yeah. If you're feeling down, you wouldn't go and talk to someone because of your looks. Like, you're feeling that you're not nice, so you're going to go and talk to someone to see if you're still nice.
Yeah.
You're going to think that I'm not nice, so I'm going to shy away from everybody.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to test that you still got it because you've been in a relationship for long, then say that. Because then that changes the dilemma. Do you get what I'm saying? Say that, oh, you know what? Because I've been in a relationship for so long, I wanted to see if I was still saucy. So I moved to this girl, then deleted her number after.
Yeah, but even with that, I'm taking the whole relationship thing out of it. Obviously, it doesn't really help in this dilemma. But what I'm saying is that when a guy moves to a girl to see if they still got it, they could be obviously single, they could be in a relationship, whatever. But at the end of the day, they've done that to see if they still have it. Do you know what I mean?
And I get you, bro, and I agree with you. But you don't say that you feel down about yourself, so you've gone to move to someone. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that's escape. I think that's
If you feel down about yourself, the natural reaction is you're gonna shy away from people because you feel down about yourself.
Yeah.
If it would have been, what I'm trying to say is, it would have been different if he said, "Oh, I felt like I wanted to see if I was still saucy, if I still got the sauce, so I moved to someone that I found attractive, then deleted her number after." It would be different. I'd be like, you know what, bro?
I
You
can't
found
see the
out that you're
difference in
saucy.
that,
Yeah, so when he said
can't
that
see
he
the
feels
difference
down and he's down about his looks wise, he's feeling a little bit down and
Yeah.
in general
Insecurity.
anyway. That wouldn't make me think to myself that warrants someone to go and talk to someone else because you'd feel down about yourself.
Yeah,
like, why are
because
you gonna?
I'm sure. I know for a fact if his girl was to do that, he would not be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Seal.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Do you
So-
think he should tell his girl?
No.
No.
Yeah, same.
There's no win for any parties here.
No, I think he should just leave it at the dilemma at the
Yeah.
podcast.
You
Leave
won't
it there
tell anyone
and
if you don't.
bring it to the grave.
Imagine
because
being the person.
There's no reason.
The one thing we haven't spoken about is the person on the other side of it. Like, imagine sitting on a bus or whatever and then getting moved to by someone and you're like, oh, that's
Thinking your luck has changed. Thinking your luck has changed. I finally found the one.
pray for this day to come. They're in my life now. And they don't even
never
text you when they
received
get
that
home.
Nah.
Yeah, no word.
I'm
Get on
gonna
the same bus every day hoping
Yeah.
they get on again. Nah.
I'm gonna conclude with this, innit? Because I think this dilemma is quite short. Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had said that he didn't think he was saucy anymore, so he tested his sauce, I'd have been like, props, my brother. Good for you. You still got the sauce.
Yeah.
Now let it go. Don't do it again. But because he said he's down and out and he doesn't feel good about himself,
Yeah.
I feel like
shouldn't have
you need
covered
to
up
fix
a
up.
little bit.
Yeah, because he's
That's-
using
I'm-
women
that's
as
what
like
I'm gonna say.
pick-me-ups.
You need to
Yeah.
fix up
Yeah,
because
because-
it's not just you, it's the other people.
And
Like,
he needs to
was
decide
thinking-
if he
yeah.
wants his girl or not.
Yeah.
You can't, because you're gonna do this again until what? Like,
Why
when's it
do you-
stop?
Time's gonna be
Yeah, like when's it stop?
mad.
So you have to
No,
decide if
words.
you want this girl or not of yours.
Yeah.
You need to decide.
Because then he can decide
Quick one
like
first, please.
you can decide with like, oh yeah, he's gonna keep doing it.
Because one
And
day a
that's
girl's
always
gonna
be
go
his
to
excuse.
gonna come to your girl's woman like, your man moved to me. Then we have a whole different dilemma.
Words.
My God.
Trust
Listen,
me.
And most men can't handle
it's a
that.
nightmare, you know.
Hurtful.
On this day,
I'm coming to you as a woman. Get out of my face. Don't come to me as a man. Come to me as a woman. Don't do that.
Because me
Moving
too, I'll
an
come back to you
alien.
as that same woman. So now what?
Coming to you as a woman. Who even thought of that? You
But
both.
anyway,
Can we get a round of applause for Dilemma
Oh,
Dad?
fantastic.
Dilemma dad.
Oh, look, me.
Oh, thank you.
Straps again. Hey, big man, you heard him. Fix up.
Fix up, big
Fix
man.
up.
Fix up.
Can we get a round of applause though for Babyface?
Yes.
Yeah, of course
They have
you can.
been absolutely brilliant today.
And we need some
Thank
clips
you.
for the
Some
poetry.
clicks.
Thank you.
But yeah,
But
listen
yes.
out for Babyface Podcast.
Yes,
What's
yes.
they-
your at for Babyface Pod? Is it?
On
Yeah.
Insta, it's
Yeah.
babyface.pod. And
Okay.
on Twitter, it's just babyfacepod.
Brilliant.
You heard
Follow
it.
them
You
up.
heard it.
Ladies and
it.
gentlemen.
Heard it live
Follow
and
them, go
direct.
support them.
Thank you.
Love it. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
hopefully,
us.
yeah. Listen, we want more of
Guys?
this.
Yeah,
sure.
You know when you guys
Listen.
put out, it was you when you put out the what did you put out? What do people call it?
Who
A
like
poster?
who wants to be like, if you have
Oh,
this
yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
if you have that. Then Layla messaged me and she was like, should we? I said, well, They can't have
Makes
anything
sense.
else.
They can't have anyone
They
else.
can't have anything else on.
It's been pending. It's been
Yeah,
pending.
yeah, the
It's
link up
been
was
pending.
been
The link
pending
has been
still.
pending.
We
There's going to be
refer
many
to
more
a
to
lot
come.
still. We
Really?
do, yeah, I can't lie.
Thank
So, you know.
you.
Slight
Say
slight
what?
inspiration and that.
Absolutely
Hey, don't
love
get
your
gas now,
podcast.
but we just
Too late, too late, too late, too late.
So excited.
Oh, you guys have been wicked, man.
Yeah,
Seriously.
for real.
Enjoyed your
Big up
company.
yourself.
We really like you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We lied.
But you guys are really good. Even like your personality is off. It's like when we listen to you on the podcast, we're thinking, what are they like in their day-to-day lives?
the same, innit?
I don't just want to be your podcast friend.
Yeah.
One of your friends.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, you made friends now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what I'm
So,
saying. We're friends.
We're
friends, man.
Community.
100%, 100%.
Lovely.
But yes,
Alright.
people, we come to the end of episode 14.
Big 1-4, you know.
Back.
Big
Man,
1-4. It's
I've been
moving.
your boy
Yes.
Shapes.
Oh, no,
Man like
Catro.
Shores.
Man like Aaron.
Man like DCB,
And girl
aka Chargy D, aka
Angle Man Dan! AKA Angle Man Dan!
You're done already. That was for, you get me, obviously.
We out.
So yeah, just hold on. So actually, do you know what? I'll do it.
Clap.
Bro, I'm making something, bro. Am I moving mad?
Yeah. You trying to run it now?
No,